from Arkansas's breaking news leader. Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
Fox 16 tracking storms moving in and around the natural state tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly. More storms are expected to move into the area later tonight and into the overnight hours.
Fox 16's chief meteorologist Jeff Baskin joining us now with a look at the latest conditions. Jeff.
Well, we do have some storms now starting to really take shape to our northwest across parts of Missouri, moving out of Kansas into northwest Oklahoma. Several severe thunderstorm warnings and even actually a tornado warning now just north of Oklahoma City. These storms will start to organize a bit more and push into northwest Arkansas later on tonight, mainly after about 10 o'clock, and then move into central Arkansas by later on. Now, right now, we don't have anything across the state, but that is going to change later on tonight. Severe risk highest across northwest Arkansas as the storms initially move on into the state, and then a gradual weakening as the storms move through central Arkansas during the early morning hours with the loss of daytime heating. And by the time the storms reach southern Arkansas, really not a whole lot of severe weather threat left over. Right now, there is a severe thunderstorm watch for part of northwest Arkansas, including Bentonville and Fayetteville. That watch in effect till midnight, and it is possible that as the storms move farther towards the south and east, a new severe thunderstorm watch could be issued for more of the state. So as we take a look at the forecast map, here's where the storms are expected to be at 10 o'clock, and by midnight pushing into north central and northwest Arkansas. And as we go into the early morning hours, here's 3 a.m. Notice those showers and thunderstorms moving through central Arkansas. Some heavy downpours, frequent lightning and gusty winds, the main threat. The storms weaken a bit as they move into south Arkansas by early tomorrow morning before sunrise. A couple of lingering showers, certainly not out of the question for tomorrow morning. Otherwise, just a couple of spotty showers during the day tomorrow. High temperatures today, up near 90 degrees and very humid. And tonight, still pretty warm and humid out there. Temperatures in the low 80s, so a pretty good amount of energy in the atmosphere to support these storms as they move into the state. Now, for tomorrow, highest rain chances early in the morning hours, then diminishing somewhat, but still a couple of spotty showers as we go into the afternoon. These storms associated with a cold front that's going to be moving on through. That means a drop in the humidity. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. And keep in mind, the Arkansas Storm Team will be ready to activate if necessary. The team will be keeping a very close eye on patterns throughout the night and the early morning hours, and will be ready to bring you the latest updates at a moment's notice in order to keep you and your loved ones safe.
A brawl in a Little Rock High School cafeteria caught on camera as punches are thrown and bodies tossed on tables.
Central High School confirms 8 students are now facing disciplinary action tonight. Even more are on the hook as the video is spread across social media.
Fox 16's Mitch McCoy in our newsroom tonight talking with parents who say this is out of control. Mitch.
Well, yeah, Kevin and Donna, good evening. We're less than just 2 weeks into the school year, and already security and police officers are rushing in to break up a fight that broke out after lunch. Tonight, LRSD says the fight stems over a boy.
As punches are thrown and girls are thrown on cafeteria tables, Central High School security appear to be quickly outnumbered as they get a grip on the fight.
It's very disappointing.
Donald Austin waits outside the Little Rock High School Monday afternoon for his granddaughter. Right before our interview, the school called him to notify him about the fight that apparently stems over a boy.
Please know that Central does not condone nor tolerate this behavior. Students who videotape the incident and are sharing it through social media are also in violation of the handbook and may also be subject to disciplinary action.
You need better security.
Donald graduated from Central in '72.
The fights I can recall while going here was only a couple. A guy got hit in the head with a pop bottle.
Fear, fright, afraid for the students involved and those standing around.
Natalie and Andrew Willis have a grandchild here too. They say it's concerning a fight like this happened just 2 weeks into the school year.
Our first year over here, and the fact that it starts out like that.
As the school investigates the brawl, Donald wonders if the Education Commission will step in, since LRSD remains under state control.
But where's the state? They need to get involved. They need to see this film and do something about it.
There's no word on what kind of disciplinary action the students might face, but LRSD says it will follow the student handbook, which we've discovered could include suspension. Donna?
My goodness, looking at that video, all of that over a boy? I mean, there were quite a few girls fighting there.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea how often stuff like this happens? I mean, this was in the school cafeteria. Certainly there were lots of kids in the cafeteria eating at the time, perhaps.
And we saw the school resource officers, who are Little Rock police officers, in parts of that video as well. We've seen many of the security officers in that video as well. We don't know how many fights have been reported at Central High School over the last couple of school years, but we have asked that question. We're waiting on that answer. We're also waiting to learn how many security officers are assigned to each of the high schools. That will help us put into a perspective on what Little Rock schools are faced with. Also keep in mind there are thousands of students that go to Central High. So once we start getting those numbers, we're able to dissect them. We'll pass those along to everyone else.
Okay, I think people will be interested in finding out. All right, Mitch, thank you. The Arkansas Department of Correction arresting a man wanted in Lonoke County. Prison tracking dogs were called Sunday morning to a large field to look for a guy that took off running after a car chase. The suspect was quickly caught and is in jail tonight. Lonoke County deputies have identified the man as Michael Wilkerson from Jacksonville.
Aren't North Little Rock police officers being forced into making traffic stops? We first told you last week that officers were told to delete all emails, which violates the Freedom of Information Act. Now, Fox 16's Rebecca Jeffrey investigates other concerns regarding a possible traffic stop quota. She joins us live in studio with more on what she's been able to find out. Rebecca.
Yeah, good evening, Kevin. Well, staff notes from last year and as of recently, as June of this year, ask officers to average a certain number of traffic stops each day, depending on the shift. While Police Chief Mike Davis adamantly denies that there is any quota, a now retired officer says he was told he'd be punished if he didn't hit those numbers.
When you see those blue lights behind you, sometimes you know why, sometimes you don't.
It's a big part of the job, but there's a lot more to it than that.
Traffic stops can often be a source of frustration for the driver, but a retired North Little Rock police officer says it's a source of frustration for them too. In 2018, staff notes show there were new guidelines asking for day and night shift officers to make 4 stops on average and midnight shift to make 3 stops.
You better average your 4 stops a day or you can face some kind of punishment.
He says he was threatened to have his shift and days off changed and lose his take-home vehicle, which one staff note says had already happened to another officer. Arkansas Code 126303 states no state or local agency may use the number of arrests or citations issued by a law enforcement officer as the sole criterion for promotion, demotion, or dismissal, or the earning of any benefit provided by the agency.
You're saying it's all about stops, but I'm being punished, so no, it's not about stops. You're wanting tickets and arrests, generate revenue.
Fast forward to June of 2019, new staff notes show Assistant Chief Ralston wants to see more non-moving citations and another look at traffic stops because they're on the decline. And documents provided by the department show officers average about 1.5 stops a day over the last 2 months. But this retired officer is hearing change is coming again.
We're back on it. Get your stops.
And hopes this trend stops without the need for blue lights.
North Little Rock Chief Mike Davis said in a statement to me that the 2018 meeting was a misunderstanding. He said in part, we have no quota, never have and never will. We do have expectations, and I believe that was what the meeting was about. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't. We will have the rest of that statement up on our website at fox16.com. Kevin.
That is an interesting statement. In terms of what we heard, you mentioned in your report, staff notes said that they wanted to see an increase in non-moving citations. Can you put some clarification on that so we get a better understanding of what they mean by that?
Yeah, so a lot of that is going to be if somebody doesn't have their insurance or maybe their registration is expired. But it could also be just a taillight is out. But they are specifically asking to make more citations regarding things like that. Now, another thing that I found interesting that I found in this report is that it said that they were considering making, if you don't have a driver's license, making that a towable offense. So you get pulled over, you don't have a driver's license, then they can go ahead and tow your car. I haven't been able to find any more information saying that they have implemented that, but they were considering it back in June.
Wow. Okay. Rebecca, thank you. Well, today, an Oklahoma judge ordering Johnson & Johnson to pay $572 million for the pharmaceutical giant's role in the state's opioid crisis. The landmark verdict comes after a 7-week trial. It marks the end of the first state trial attempting to hold a pharmaceutical company accountable for one of the worst health epidemics in modern history. Cleveland County District Judge Tad Balkman issued this decision.
As I detail in my judgment, this is the amount of costs that I am constrained to order Janssen and Johnson & Johnson to pay based on the particulars of a nuisance claim and the evidence that was presented at trial.
Johnson & Johnson says it will appeal. Dozens of states are suing opioid drug makers. However, this case in Oklahoma was the first one to reach trial. Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge reacting to the decision, releasing a statement reading in part, "Today's decision in Oklahoma only reaffirms our case against this opioid manufacturer and the crisis it created by lying to Arkansans about the addictiveness of its products."
A Fox 16 News update. Tensions run high tonight as members of the State Board of Education host a forum about the future of the Little Rock School District. State Board officials say the format of tonight's meeting would be a tabletop discussion, unlike the format of its first meeting. The topic? Discuss what could happen if the district did not meet the exit criteria. Some took part in the discussion, others protested. No decision was made, but there will be another meeting. It is scheduled for tomorrow night from 6:30 to 8, and it will be held at the St. Mark Baptist Church. The format, by the way, will be the same.